Hello, nudes of the internet. So it's been a little over a month since Rockstar Games revealed the Ultimate Edition benefits for GTA 6 and the pre-order details. It was probably the least that people have been excited about the game since Rockstar started promoting it in December of 2023. I figure it's a good time to bring it up because I've been covering them recently and it's, all stuff that I'm very interested in as I've been anticipating this game for a very long time. And I believe that I have some ideas that I want to do with it when it releases. In fact, there's some stuff that I want to do with Red Dead 2 before GTA 6 comes out. So perhaps we'll be seeing some of that in the coming weeks. But people are real passionate in the comments. They're having discussions with each other. They're giving their takes on what they think about Rockstar's recent behavior, GTA 6, Rockstar's past behavior, and not all of it civil, not all of it respectful, but nonetheless, you would have to skim for a few seconds at most to see how engaged people are with this company, whether they love it or hate it. So I totally understand that. But what I don't get, and let me preface what I'm about to say with this, as a fan of YouTube myself, as a viewer, I know that not everybody cares about the stuff that they're engaging with. You click on a video, you might watch it from start to finish, forget to even like it if you liked it or dislike it if you disliked it. You might not comment on it. You might just let videos pass on autoplay and you're not fully interested in whatever it is that's on the screen at any given moment. But the issue that I have is that when I'm reading shit like this, I know you didn't watch the whole thing. I know it. And if you did, you didn't comprehend it because I acknowledge my stance in videos. I don't hide it. And none of it is black and white. I'm deeply troubled by this idea that I have to take a hard stance on something that I engage with on my own terms. I'm very troubled by this idea. Because if I wake up tomorrow and I decide that I'm not excited for the game anymore, then does that make me a Rockstar dick eater? I understand that the classification for someone being a dick eater is that they just blindly praise something without giving criticism. But that's not the case. So don't pretend that you care or that you got a slam dunk on me because you're taking the nonconformist to anti-corporate activist, I'm fighting for my fellow fans and consumers stance. My stance is you have to pick your battles. It comes out on YouTube 6 hours later. It is not a big deal. It isn't. If it was exclusively paywall to Netflix, we would be making a lot of noise. But it's not. And I'm seeing people say stuff like, oh man, I can't wait for other companies to start doing this too. What companies? Can you see the funny thing is, and this is totally out of context. This whole thing is out of context because this is in a response to the community saying that they want the game to be treated as big as it is. And it is. Now it's being treated as big as it is, and it's a problem. So you can't win there. But going back to what I was about to say, there's now a concern about other companies following this trend because anything Rockstar does, every other company wants to do. It makes sense. We're concerned about games being $80 now or putting voucher codes in cases instead of discs. I think that's a pretty huge concern that I fully understand, and I'm not with Sony on this one. So you're not going to find me over here saying, well, Sony said that people don't buy this anymore. No. Put the games on disc, put them on disc. And especially so because Sony is now cutting back support for the first party titles on Steam. In a way, they're kind of just encouraging people to get PCs, but that's a separate thing for another day. When people are saying that they're worried about other companies doing this, again, I'm questioning what companies, what other game would people care about so much that if they were to get a big bag from Netflix, presumably Rockstar got a big bag for this, for 6 hours of exclusivity, and people would be excited about it. What other game? Wouldn't be Wolverine 2, Spider-Man 3, God of War LaFay, wouldn't be that. Wouldn't be any Halo remakes or not even a new Halo game, even though Halo is now a TV show on, I think, Amazon Prime. And I mean, that's how big games are now. Is there any giant universal outrage about video games being so essential to pop culture that they're having TV shows made out of them and movies? Because if there is, then I'll gladly be able to talk about that as well. But from my understanding, this is just the next step in that direction of video games becoming very essential to pop culture. And as I already mentioned in that same video as well, they tried to premiere the first trailer on YouTube and the shit got leaked. So they shadow dropped the next one. And if you want to tell me that you just don't give a shit that the developers are having the hard work that they spent years on be ruined, then you're going to die alone on that hill. I'm not going to join you on that. Anyone, anywhere on the internet, despite what some people would suggest, is perfectly entitled to enjoying something and also being critical of it. I don't have to love everything Rockstar does for me to be excited for GTA 6. I do not. I remember reading that newswire in 2022 when they said that they were halting support for Red Dead Online to allocate more resources to GTA 6. I remember watching State of Play 2020 and seeing the Rockstar logo pop up, and it was yet another GTA 5 remaster. I remember seeing the articles come out in October around the time that Red Dead 2 was getting ready to release, saying that they were just crunching people into mental disarray. You know, if you think I'm stupid, you could just say them words. There is no stance that I can take that makes sense. I'm not trying to please anybody. But what I have to let you know is that you're incorrect. You're trying to suggest that apparently I think this company is some sort of saint. In fact, even within the comment, you said something along those lines about, oh, well, the Rockstar that released GTA 5's limited edition Game Informer magazine was this soulful company that people revered so much. And a lot of the controversy that surrounded this company has been around for a long time. So you're almost suggesting to me that you didn't even really know what stance you were taking to begin with that comment. So let's not pretend that because GTA Online is an MTX slot fest, or that because we're not getting a disc in the case, that they're just now starting to exhibit behaviors of a greedy or at the very least scummy and poorly managed company. And I mean, look, if they want to start locking businesses, cosmetics, missions behind a Netflix subscription, then yeah, I'll be right here criticizing them for that. But with that being said, I think that basically brings us to the Ultimate Edition. So let's talk about first what is in the Ultimate Edition. Actually, no. Let's talk about what's in previous Ultimate Editions. Let's just do GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 for the sake of. So with GTA 5, there was a few of these. You got a Collector's Edition, which is what we're looking at now. There was a Premium Edition that they released 5 years later, which came with the Criminal Enterprise Pack. It basically became the standard edition of the game later on. And then there was a special edition that came with the Steelbook, the map, and some exclusive digital stuff. But in the most expensive version of the game, which is the Collector's Edition, you also got the Steelbook, the map, you got a New Era Los Santos snapback, you got a security deposit bag with the logo key, and you also got the exclusive digital content, which was some aerial challenges, stunt plane trials. There was about 5 of them to complete. You got bonus outfits, tattoos, and more. You got custom characters, which I believe is alluding to the character customization in GTA Online, where you had to choose parents for the character's appearance. You got a special ability boost, which was 25% faster regeneration. You got 2 unique vehicles in the 1930s Hot Rod and the Carbon RS sports bike. And you also got some exclusive weapons, the 50 caliber pistol, the bullpup shotgun, and the melee hammer. Although I'm pretty sure, as I mentioned earlier, these basically just became part of the standard game, quote unquote. And for all these extra bonuses that you get, depending on which version you buy, the Collector's Edition was listed retail for $150 and the Special Edition for $80. The Ultimate Edition for Red Dead Redemption 2 included an exclusive bank robbery mission and gang hideout to clear, a dappled black thoroughbred, the Nuevo Preso gunslinger outfit. You got talisman and medallion gameplay bonuses. This is a bit vague, but boosts and some stuff with cash, bonuses and discounts. And you also got 3 free weapons at any gunsmith in the game. There's also some online content here, but no one on the planet believes that anybody plays Red Dead Online, so I guess it's kind of irrelevant. And you also got your world map and exclusive steelbook. And now that brings us back to the GTA 6 Ultimate Edition. So the first thing that you'll notice is there is a lot of stuff walled behind the Ultimate Edition. And of course, I said in a previous video that it was originally the nature of content that had people stumped about this, but I believe the amount of content is in tandem with that. Because you look at the previous two games, you look at GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, it's not a whole bunch of stuff for one. And two, there's base edition items in the Ultimate Edition, just stuff that you get for free. Or you get these bonuses for stuff that already exists. You get cash bonuses or like hunting bonuses or whatever the case may be. Outfits and whatnot. I mean, people don't care that much about outfits. If it was just outfits, that'd be perfectly fine. You know, the standard edition, let's take a look, comes with the Vintage Vice City pack. So you end up getting a 55 Vapid Stanier sedan. You end up getting these classy, nice, snazzy outfits for Jason and Lucia. So getting the $80 edition of the game gets you some pretty neat stuff. But in comparison to the Ultimate Edition, it's nothing at all. In fact, we're going to go take a look at that right now. Free month of GTA Plus. A lot of people are not going to care for this stuff because a lot of people don't play GTA Online. Ultimate Edition. Let's take a look. You get a vehicle. Okay, that's pretty normal. They've done vehicles behind paywalls before. That was in GTA 5. They had a horse behind Red Dead Redemption 2. What's next? You get a weapon. Also not that crazy. Although, apparently this is exclusive to the Ultimate Edition. If we come to find out that some of this stuff that is being displayed in the Ultimate Edition screenshots in this, specific part of the website is also available in the base edition of the game, you get nothing from me. I don't have any criticism for that. If it just gives it to you for free, that's okay. Spend 20 extra bucks to get it for free. If it takes longer to get in the base version of the game, who cares? Who cares? The main concern is the stuff locked behind the $20 version of the game that could have just easily been in the $80 version of the game. Or could it? Do we know if they could have designed these things specifically for the $100 version of the game? No, we don't. But I'm going to return to that very shortly. Let's keep going. They got personalized variants, weapons, Vice City style. He's got this little tropical shirt. She's got the jean jacket with the skirt and those boots. Very nice, very nice. Safe house vehicles. Cool stuff. Mod shop. Here we go. That's a big one. That's significant. A mod shop. We're talking about something that, let's say you're in the base version of the game, the $80 version of the game, and you're free roaming. If you travel to what would be this mod shop in the $80 version of the game, is it going to be a different building? Is there going to be a pop-up saying that you can't enter or interact with it unless you get the Ultimate Edition of the game, the DLC? Rideout Customs is something that we've known about since trailer 1. So was the plan to always paywall Rideout Customs even then or before then? I mean, it's just, it sucks to think that we were watching the game and we've seen, people breaking down every pixel of the trailer. Oh my goodness, we're going to be getting multiple mod shops. It's really cool. Like in GTA Online, it's just not going to be in the game unless you pay 20 extra bucks for it. Hair salon, another vendor, another shop. Only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. The boat, that's cool. That's a bonus. Clothing store, vehicle and garage. That's a bonus. That's okay. Tattoo shop, not a bonus. This is an additional gameplay element locked behind the Ultimate Edition. Let's keep going. Another mod shop, only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. Not a bonus. Some bonuses, gang hideout, that's okay. Fetch questing, not sure it's too crazy about that. So I think the main issue that people have with the Ultimate Edition is that these are things that presumably could have just been in the base version of the game. When you're talking about shops, for the previous two games, you had items that were already available in the base version of the game that were offered for free. And then, like with GTA 5, you got some exclusive stuff like the pistol and the bullpup shotgun and some of the vehicles. Nothing really that crazy. You got some bonus stuff. Now you're talking about entire shops being locked behind paywalls. So I guess my question is, if you're playing on the $80 version of the game and you happen to travel to the location that these shops otherwise would have been in the Ultimate Edition, you can't go in. So going back to what I was saying earlier, it's like, could you genuinely not interact with what these shops would be in the base version of the game? Is that something that we're going to experience with this game? I have no idea. It's not hard to see why this left a bad taste in people's mouths. They ended their May 2025 to June hiatus. They revealed all this stuff in June with this. And we still don't know what we're getting in the base version of the game until late August. In a few weeks, we'll find out. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, people have been waiting to hear stuff about the game, and we heard something, and all we heard was, this is what you get for paying extra. For paying extra, we still don't know what's in the base version. So, I mean, yes, it's not hard to see why this stuff left a bad taste in people's mouths. But I suppose we'll find out in due time what we're going to be getting in the base version of the game. Still, we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it yet, so a lot of the backlash, a lot of the reception, a lot of the feedback that it's been getting is all based on pre-release stuff. It's all based on leaks. It's all based on the first 2 trailers and the 100 screenshots that we have. Until we see the game in action and until we play it ourselves. But I will say, it makes perfect sense as to why this left a bad taste in folks' mouths. It left a bad taste in mine, that's for sure. And I think saying, well, you know, annual sports games are designed to extract every penny out of people's pockets. Yeah, I get that. Take-Two owns 2K for that matter. You know, I get that Assassin's Creed Shadows Ultimate Edition. I get that this shit is also very expensive. It's $130. I understand that a game like Borderlands, right, charging a lot of money for their expensive edition. People are people still playing Borderlands 4? Have they not went back to Borderlands 2 and the original collection? Take-Two owns them too. Forza Horizon was also more expensive. Call of Duty, just like annual sports games, comes out every year, also more expensive. So I'm not saying that other games don't charge more, and I'm simultaneously not saying that this isn't shitty. It is. It's very shitty. But I guess it's just what we're having to deal with right now. I know that I'm going to get it. I didn't wait 11 years to be cheaped out of $20 of content. I didn't. But if you want to voice your frustrations and say that the Ultimate Edition, with how much stuff and the kind of content that is being locked behind that paywall, is dumb, and that they shouldn't be doing that, I'll agree. I think if it was a few outfits, maybe a few vehicles and some guns, people wouldn't really care. But entire storefronts behind the Ultimate Edition, come on, get the fuck out of here. But if you enjoyed this video and you would like to hear similar commentaries, be sure to leave a like, comment. Would love to read your thoughts. Subscribe with the bell so that you never miss another one. And I will see you guys all next time.